The new shiny pack in Pokemon Pocket just released this morning, and all people are pogging over all the shiny cards like Charizard and Lucario, and also Giratina, who makes Arceus Dialga actually insanely good. But I just decided to beat Pokemon Pocket today with a one card, and that's the Green Cat meowscarada. Now, I've never played a single minute of Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, so this is going to be interesting. I have no real connection to this Pokemon, but I actually was able to win a few games, which is pretty amazing, honestly. This is the deck right here. It's just 2 Masquerade lines and 16 items. Pretty simple. Our first match is against the fake tree Sudowoodo. My opponent goes for a Pokeball, placing that Pokemon on the bench. I cry for help, which is really good for thinning out your deck and consistency, especially since we're only running the Masquerade line. All my opponent does is attach an energy and pass the turn, allowing me to evolve into my other green cat, allowing me to go for a Professor's Research and a Giant Cape, attaching it to the cat and attacking for 60 using Slash. All my opponent can do is attack for a measly 20 damage. I evolve, going for a Professor's Research and a Pokemon Communication, building up my other Sprigatito on the bench. Fighting Claws takes out the Sudowoodo as my opponent capes up their Hitmonlee, who takes 60 damage on the next turn from the Masquerade. My opponent goes for a Professor's Research, evolving into the very cool shiny Lucario, X-speeding to bring it in and attacking with Aurora Sphere, that move for 100 damage. I try to go for a Team Rocket Grunt, but it ultimately fails me. But it doesn't matter because 130 damage is enough to make my opponent concede, winning me the game. Hopping into my next match, my opponent is an Arceus base, going for a Pokeball and a Professor's Research, along with an X speed to go into their Manaphy, going for Oceanic Gift, attaching energy. I attach a cape and cry for help because this Pokemon low-key sucks against anything that's not an EX. My opponent Oceanic Gifts, attaching even more energy. I evolve into the next cat, going for Giovanni, taking out the Manaphy with 50 damage. But Arceus hits back hard as I evolve into the next cat, and Team Grunt Rocket people, they fail me again because this card is very inconsistent. I hit for 60 with Masquerada, but they heal it up with Arida, and then I went on to win the game. Jumping into the next game, we both go for Pokeballs on our turns, but since he went second, he gets to attack first, hitting for 20. I place the other green cat on the bench and go for a cry for help because I probably need the other cat at some point. My opponent evolves into Leafeon and goes for Professor's Research, attacking for 20 with Pidgey. I respond back with Professor's Research and evolving my bench cat and going for one last cry for help. My opponent retreats the Pidgey, bringing in Leafeon and attacking with Solar Beam, knocking out my cat. But I go for a Giovanni and able to knock out the Leafeon with one hit with Masquerada. And my opponent concedes, winning me the game. Sorry for the shorter video. I'm actually working on a really long-ish video that's going to be releasing next Tuesday, I think. So be looking out for that. Anyways, Masquerada is a pretty good card in my opinion, but it does have a drawback of it's really bad against any non-EX Pokemon. So if you want to make this deck better, I recommend throwing in a Celebi EX, just one copy, just to deal with that. But because Sprigatito can call for help, it's like Caterpie, but not terrible. It's actually usable, so it's really consistent for Stage 2 evolution. So I think it will be used in the meta. Never, because they're just better cards to use, but it might have a sweet niche spot that you can use. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.